Good morning, everyone. This is Bremster, and I'm going to return to my second session of Satisfactory, where I'm going to load the session 1 save that I did last time. And yeah, this game, I actually admit that I'm going to, I'm actually feeling a little bit, anxious about this game because I really don't fully understand how this one works. So I've got a miner here, and I expect what I want is I want the miner to be moving stuff into some sort of processing. So the processing, I imagine, is going to be a smelter, and I want this to come into a smelter. Now I can see arrows. So what I want is I want this to come into a smelter, which I probably want to run into the field in some way. So if I do a smelter, say, here, I need more iron rods and more wire. Okay, so let's go get those. I know I'm doing this one at a time. I probably should make a whole bunch more iron rods and wire. So I probably just need to make a whole bunch of this stuff, which is what I probably should have done off stream or off video. So I'm going to need a whole bunch of iron plates, iron rods. So I should probably just convert almost all of this stuff to iron plates, iron rods, some wire, some cable. I don't know if I'm going to need screws. But I know that there are websites that people use to plan out what they need, but I don't think I'm there yet. The other thing I should probably do is start keeping a notebook, but unfortunately on my desk at the moment, I don't have room to have... I'd have to reorganize my desk. I've actually been looking at trying to figure out whether I can get like some keyboard caddies so I could lift some keyboard up and have some place to be writing notes while I'm doing all of this. Actually, one thing I might be able to do... I know I'm going to be putting a smelter in here. So the other thing, actually, could I craft this and then leave? No, I can't. I have to be standing here to do this crafting. That's fine. But what I can potentially do is if I make just some iron rods and then I do some copper and then some wire, that might be enough for me to make the smelter. Now, this is running... Now, I do need to run some power to the smelter, so I need to put in a power pole, probably. Oh, no, I could probably use that power pole, so I could run power from there to there. Why does that now not have power? Why does that not have power? Now it has power. So I want to configure the smelter, and it's doing iron into iron. And I'm wondering whether I can just drop my iron in here. It looks like I can. So that's going to do some of the smelting for me. And now I can drag out ingots. Now, one of the other things I wonder is whether in the short term I can build another smelter I need more wire, so let's just go quickly make more wire. If I just make another smelter temporarily here. What? I thought I made... Oh, no, I made copper. I didn't make the wire. It was done. Now I make the wire. And if I just temporarily put a smelter here and connect it to power... Does that mean I could drag copper into here and have that smelting copper, and then I can drag out copper ingots and I could just manually feed that in. I don't have to smelt my own copper anymore. Now this is backed up. Because it's not able to smelt fast enough. Like the iron is fully loaded. But that's okay. Like it's still making stuff. And I'm making copper ingots as well. So I could then come in here and I could load in more copper. Now the iron is going to be my problem here. Because I want to get rid of my iron, but this is constantly full. I wonder if I can, like, that's a bit of a cheat. Can I turn it off? Yeah, I can turn it off. But now this is turned off. Why is this turned off? Oh, my power's probably run out. This is not going to last very long. I need to get more fuel. So running around while holding E is picking up leaves. Hello. Oops. What is that? Oh, I'd heard about these. A Mercer-sphere.
The astrobiologist Dr. D.M. Mercer was the first to recognize the presence and probable nature of these alien artifacts. These chain-melted state spheres are named in his honor. Each sphere emits a unique signal and will require study to determine local application, store it for later use.
So I can drag that in now. And this will have been making a lot of ingots. So you can see I've now got a lot of iron. And I can come over here. And I've got a lot of copper ingots, and now this will continue smelting, and I can drag more copper in. Now, what is it I need for hub upgrade? So what I didn't look at is equipment workshop, which I've done, portable miner, hand equipment slot. So this allowed me to make it get a second one. So hub upgrade 1 allowed me to start making equipment. Smelter, power line, which I'm using, copper ingots, which is the thing I've needed, great. Hub upgrade 2 allowed me to make wire and cable, which I've used, and a scan copper, great. Hub upgrade 3 allowed me to make a constructor, which I've not used. Power pole, great. Concrete, which I've used. Screws, which I've not used. Reinforced iron plate, which I've not used. And scan for limestone, great. Hub 4, conveyor pole. I don't know what a conveyor pole is. Conveyor belt, which I've used in inventory slots, great. Hub upgrade 5 gave me the miner, storage container, and 3 inventory slots. So storage container contains 24 slots for storing large amounts of items. Oh, so what I could do... I don't know what it takes to make a storage container. So what I could potentially do, I need rods. Is I could potentially come over here, make a bunch of iron rods, build a storage container there. I could then use a conveyor to feed that into there, and these will feed all of those into the storage container, and I could even put these in the storage container because these are the same type of item. And now all of my iron plates will... Oh, I've run out of power again. But what I did do is I picked up a whole bunch of leaves. So I can put a whole bunch of leaves in here. It burns 80 per minute, so I'm just going to need to keep doing this. But now... all of these are iron ingots, are just going to get fed into the storage container, and this will just keep making lots more. And I could potentially do the same with copper, except I don't have copper coming in quantities, so I'm not too worried about that yet. What is this iron? Oh my god, I've got so much iron and copper. I've got more leaves here as well. So what I should do is, again, come over here. This is turned off. Put more iron in here. This is just getting rid of some of the backlog. Put copper in there. And I can put the copper in here until I need it. I can keep some. Mercer sphere can go in here. Wood I'll keep, concrete I'll keep. As I said, I'll keep some of the copper. I don't know what to do with the limestone. I should probably process it. Can I process, can I do I use a smelter for limestone? No. I don't know what I use for limestone. But anyway, so if I go for hub upgrade 6, which will give me more info, a biomass burner. Burns various forms of biomass to generate electricity for the power grid. Has a conveyor belt input that allows the biomass supply to be automated. Ooh! As well as making biomass. Biomass burners in vehicles can use it for power. Okay. Space elevator. Requires deliveries of special project parts to complete project assembly phases. Awesome. But I've got wooden leaves. I don't know what this does, but what I need is 100 rods, 100 plates, wire, and concrete. Now, I've got the concrete, but what I might be able to do although I think my power might be an issue, because I'm producing 8.1, my maximum consumption is 13, so I definitely need to do something to improve my... So I think I still need to do more by hand. Because if I just ramp up my production, I'm gonna have problems. So what I might be able to do is build a storage container. I might loop this one back actually and see how that goes. Because if I rotate this like this, does that mean I can then use a conveyor belt to come out of here and into there? But I need more plates. So I come over here. I get the feeling I'm doing this very badly. I can put my copper in here. Put more iron in there. Okay. So what I need is 100 rods, for which I need... So let's go grab a whole bunch of iron. I'm being so inefficient with this. I don't want to split. No, I didn't want to grab all of it. How do I transfer the stack as shift, not control? Let's do that. So we want to make a whole bunch of rods. Hub upgrade 6, select milestone and drag in the rods. The next one is iron plates. So I need to make a whole bunch of iron plates. I need 100 wire, so I've got a bunch of copper, but I've got copper ingots, so let me just drag the end of my copper in. It's not quite the end of my copper in, but I can come over here and grab a bunch more copper and then make a bunch of wire. Now, I'll eventually be able to automate all of this stuff. And then 50 concrete, which I think I've got in here. No, I can just make it.
Hub Upgrade 6, Landing Platform Hydraulics, completed. Freighter landing initialized. Congratulations, you have completed onboarding and achieved the absolute minimum skill level required of a Fix-It pioneer. Fix-It looks forward to your future achievements, because a future with Fix-It is a future with you. Tier 1 and 2 milestones are now available in the hub, and biomass burners can now be built individually. Your first official objective is to initiate project assembly by building the space elevator. This objective will take a significant amount of resources, so Fix-It recommends getting to work.
Yeah, great. I've got a lot to learn. So tier 1 is base building, logistics and field research. Ooh, I can unlock a map. Personal storage box. I don't know what hard drive is. Logistics. So I could get all of these. Base building allows me to build foundations. That seems like a really cool thing. And a lookout tower to facilitate factory construction. Oh, that seems good as well. I think base building is probably the first one I want to go for. Oh, obstacle clearing. Being able to build foundations would be good, because building this stuff on foundations would be nice. I mean, I'd almost start again. It's too much. Like, I know I'm already doing almost nothing, but it already feels like too much. Slow and steady. This is absolutely a marathon, not a race. Not a sprint. Okay, so what I learned was there was a thing about biomass. So I could potentially make fuel, power, biomass burner. Burns various forms of biomass to generate electricity for the power grid. But I think there was something here as well about being able to make biomass. Biomass burners, vehicles can use it for power. Biomass is much more energy efficient. So if I turn leaves into biomass, which is really quick, this is way more energy efficient. I think I had wood as well. Maybe not. I thought I had wood. I do. I'm very tempted to just trash that. And then if I put biomass in here, it burns 6 per minute. That's way more efficient. So 200 will last ages, like an entire session almost. But does that mean, for example, I could build, let's build a biomass burner. This seems like a good place to do it. I mean, how much does it generate? It generates 30 megawatts, whereas I think these only generated Like at the moment, I'm only generating 9 megawatts, so these only generate 9. So if I make a biomass burner, oh, I can put an input into this, so I could put a storage container behind it. So maybe this isn't the place to do it. Maybe this would be too... what am I missing? Iron plates, iron rods, and wire. But let's just make a whole bunch of iron plates, iron rods, and wire. So I need more copper. Fortunately, I know I should be using constructors for this, but I'm worried about my power consumption. But that's what I'm trying to fix now. In fact, should I be building foundations? No, I don't have foundations yet, do I? Actually, that's a good point. Should I be building foundations for this stuff by unlocking this? So concrete, plates, and rods. I think I should actually. So let's do this right. So for this, 200 concrete. So I need to go get more limestone. Which I do have miners off doing. Because smelters don't smelt concrete. I don't know how to automatically make concrete yet. But let's go get all of that, which was over here. Here they are. No, that's still not enough. It's okay. Slow and steady. Very, very slow. People who play this efficiently are going to cry at what I'm doing. So let's go get more of that. Ooh, is that a power slug? That seems to be a power slug. Now I've lost track of where my limestone was. I think it was this way. What is this? Is this more limestone? It is. Now I do have some so how do I place that? I'm not sure how I place that. I've got it equipped. So there's more limestone being mined there. But where was my limestone? Over here. Hello. Okay, so there's some progress. Well, maybe. You may all not agree. I get the feeling this is going to feel slower before it feels faster, because when I first landed, it's like, oh, this is some stuff. But as I try and figure out how to do the base building of stuff, that's where everything is going to be... I get the feeling the first couple of sessions are going to be, oh, this, and then as I figure out how to put it all together, it's going to be really slow. So I get the feeling like session 5 to 40 are going to feel like a real drag. But I really don't know. And it's going to be session like 1,000 before I'm doing anything good. I really don't know. Concrete stack's very high. Weird that it doesn't tell you what things can stack to. So in here, I want to put... Now, I need plates and rods. So I need lots of iron ingots. And this is just going to take time. Oh, it says up here, I need 100, 100, 100. Is this bent because of my field of view? Like if I go back and I change my field of view back to 90. Nope, still bent. Okay. So options, video, field of view. We'll keep it on 120 and we'll set it to 120 and see how it goes. And plates. So I need 100 plates, which I now have, but I'm going to make some spares. So I'm going to get it to like 150. And then I'm going to make iron rods and I'm going to get that up to similar. So the fact that I'm not doing any of the ingots or stuff anymore, I can sort of minimize that. So I can come over here. I can drag in the plates. I can drag in the rods. Okay. What the?
Milestone reached. Several new structures are now available for improving factory organization.
Oh, cool.
Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all events prior to planetfall, be reassured that memories of beloved humans and/or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
Logistics, splitters and mergers, they seem important too. Merges up to 3 conveyor belts into 1, splits 1 conveyor belt into 2 or 3. Conveyor lifter and building efficiency stat. What's building efficiency stat? It doesn't say. But I probably should do all of these. And I think I can. But I think I want to improve my power. I think I wanted to build that power thing. But actually, no, I'm going to stick with the thing I was thinking. So what I want to try and do is build a storage container with an output. Actually, no, I want to try and build foundations. Oh, these take plates. 2 meter foundations should be fine. How much difference do they cost in materials? None. So 2 meter foundations should be fine. And this is for my power. So I think I want to start with putting a storage container. Now I've got power lines in the way, but that's okay. I think I want to start by putting a storage container here. Because what I want to do is I'm going to want to put all the biomass into the storage container. Then I'm going to want to put biomass burners. I don't know how many I'm going to need. Why can't I rotate at 90 degrees? Oh, I have. Oh, I need more plates. Okay, let's go make more plates. But for now, one might do me. Because what I want to do and then if I can build a conveyor from there, I need more plates. Because what I want to do, one might be a good start. No, I've done this wrong. Although that's not too... I will improve this later. But I do need plates. But what I should have done is made it that I could put the leaves in and it will turn it into biomass. I don't think I needed the storage container. But we'll see how it goes. But if I now build the conveyor from there to there, that's going to bring the biomass out into the biomass burner. Which will fuel the biomass burner. And now I have so much power that I can do more building. And all I need to do in order to fuel all of this is drop all my biomass into the biomass burner. And I can come here. Because I'm not fueling this one. I could probably even get rid of this one, but I'll leave it for now. And the problem with this one is it doesn't have any copper. So I could go pick up more copper, but I've got lots of copper in the storage. But that's some automated power generation. It's not great, but it's some. And this is slowly filling up. Like, it's slowly. But it's happening. What I probably want to do now, though, is come over to this iron and build a miner on this iron. And that's going to need its own power. So we'll build a power pole here. Okay, that's a problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break... I'm actually going to put a power pole here. I'm going to break that one. No, I'm going to break that one. And then I'm going to put power from there to there. And then from there to there. And from there to there. Then I want to build a smelter. Again, I should have built foundations, but I didn't. I think I'm okay. And then instead of the smelter going into storage, and I'm going to build a power pole no, then I'm going to build a constructor I might want to have this positioned so it's coming closer over here. I can do that, I think. How expensive is this stupid tower? No, actually, I think I'm happy with the constructor being quite close. I need reinforced iron plate. Haven't made reinforced iron plate before. Ooh, I disconnected that power and didn't reconnect it. What do I need for reinforced iron plate? What's this? Screws. I need to make screws. This is an absolute hodgepodge. So now I should be able to build a constructor. Oh, I need cable. Actually, can I actually just build a... crafting bench? Use the crafting bench to build... What is it I needed? I needed cable. To build cable. And then deconstruct the crafting bench. Aha! So now I build the constructor, which I don't know if that's lined up well enough, but yeah, that seems good. Which I need to power. So I put in power pole. And then I want to run power from that to that and that to that. Still good. Then I want to configure this to make iron plates. Oh, I haven't configured this to make iron ingot. Why is this not working? No power. So this will now make iron ingots. That will make iron plates. And what I can do, and this may seem dodgy as hell, but if I build a storage container over here, for which I'm missing more iron plates, which is funny because I've now just started making them. If I build a storage container over here, and I run I need more plates. Not quite enough. Two more. But now, hopefully, I can run from here into there. And now my iron plates will come out and get stored over here. And I have a way of getting iron plates. So I'm burning my biomass, which seems to be quite efficient. Like if I look in here, I've still got a lot of biomass coming into the biomass generator. I'm generating 22. Oh, my maximum consumption is 26. I do have a potential problem here. So I do need to build another biomass generator. I do have a potential problem here. And then have a way of potentially splitting this off. But I think I saw if I make this is allowing me to split conveyor belts, for which I need plates, rods, and wire. So if I go get the copper, I mean, I've got lots of copper in here, actually. I still have lots of copper. I should go get some copper, though. I should go get more copper. Eventually, I'm going to have to run some belts from that copper location back to here and run some power to it so I can auto mine that copper. what I should do, because it seems to be only wire that I'm making from copper, I should hang a constructor off the copper. I needed 300. I really should hang a constructor off the copper. But my worry then is, what if I do need copper for something else? So what else did I need? I needed 150 plates and 150 rods. Well, if I go get some plates, because I still have plates being stored here, or ingots being stored here. That's still not enough to make enough plates. Then, no, it was rods I needed to make. I'm making plates. Nearly made a boo-boo. I mean, the fact that the craft gets hotter and hotter and hotter, I'm assuming is trying to say, you're doing this wrong. You should be automating this. And they're right. I should be automating this. But I need the materials in order to automate this. And I'm not very good at this yet. And then if I come over here, it's not going to be making plates at a huge rate though. Like if I look in here, there's only 81 plates. So, you know, but you know, I've got something happening here. There we go. New buildings and player
Milestone
upgraded.
reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to save space and enhance the productivity of your factory.
I don't know what
Fixit
building...
encourages you to consider investing in verticality when it comes to factory logistics. If you feel stressed by this complexity, imagine yourself on the shore of a vast and calm ocean. Breathe in, visualize all the people relying on you. The sea is made of billions of faces, each staring at you with hope and tears in their eyes. Breathe out, feel refreshed and focused on your duties.
I don't know what the building efficiency stat is supposed to be. But yes, so what I want to do now is, I'm not sure if I can, but build I need rods, I need everything. Plates, rods, wire, Oh my lord. But I can make these as well. So I need lots more rods. I need lots more wire. This feels so strange. I'll go get the plates. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to make this work or not. So if I build another biomass burner here, why can't I build it there? That seems to work. And then I get rid of the conveyor belt. I don't know if I just lost some biomass. That is in the wrong spot. So I get rid of that biomass burner. I then build a biomass burner there. I then want to build a conveyor splitter. How's this going to work? There. That goes to there. That goes to there. Invalid conveyor belt shape. Okay. So I did that wrong. So that works. That works. That works. So now that will feed into both biomass burners. And I can add power from that biomass burner to that power pole. And now I'm producing way more power. Although it's still not enough. I don't know, I mean, but I am producing more power now. But I could just add another biomass burner and have another split coming off to another biomass burner. Now, but I'm using a lot more biomass now, so I am going to need to go and get more biomass. But the storage container is allowing me to feed stuff into the biomass burners. Yeah, it's allowing me to feed stuff into the biomass burners without too much effort. All I have to do is put biomass into the storage container. So that's kind of cool. Is that the right way to do it? I don't know. How much do these consume? They consume 10 per minute. So what I might do to finish this session off, this is a longer session than I expected, but this is still actually running, is I might go and pick up my copper and pick up some leaves on the way. So that got me a lot of copper. Now I don't have a storage container feeding into the copper, so the only way to feed into the copper at the moment for me is manual. So I haven't been particularly efficient about that. There's more iron here. Yeah, there's iron everywhere. So I don't have storage feeding into the copper, just out. So an interesting thing to do would be potentially building another storage container. This feels so inefficient. But if I built... a storage container. Oh, can I actually conveyor those together? Yes. And then in here, I put all of the copper ore. The copper will then flow into the smelter, which will then flow in there, and I don't need to remember to... Now, the more effective way of doing it is actually have the mine, the two mines feeding into this. But for now, I'm doing it manually. Okay. Well, that's another session. That's given me logistics so I can do the splitters and everything. The next thing is field research, which is going to give me a map. So I absolutely want to do this. So I want to make wire, screws, and more iron plate. So this will be the next thing I do. Okay. So I'm going to save this game, and first landing session 1. I'm going to call this one session 2. I am going to... Well, let's try that again. Session 2. Game was saved. And yeah, that was a good one. and then exit to main menu. That was a fun little session. I enjoyed that one. I hope you're enjoying this. I know I'm being inefficient, but the whole point about these games is to learn. I think it was Keith who compared this to No Man's Sky when I first started, and I remember Ignition saying he loved watching how terrible I was at this when I first started playing No Man's Sky. This is going to be exactly the same. Anyone who is experienced in Satisfactory is going to be terrified about how bad I'm doing, but that's okay. This is how you learn. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you have fun and good luck, I suppose, digging up all of the world. Bye, everyone.